Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the number one reason that statistics say marriages fail. And spoiler alert, I have found over and over again, it is not infidelity. But the reason that marriages really collapse is lack of commitment, not in the sexual sense, not in the monogamous sense, but in the emotional sense. Clients come to me over and over again, and I've recognized this pattern for decades where it is usually the woman who initiates this conversation with the spouse and certainly with someone like me, and they come to me absolutely emotionally exhausted. Women are completely depleted. There is a such thing as compassion fatigue, and that is literally when we give and give and give, and we start to grow resentment over time when we feel like that is not being reciprocated. So we might perceive that ourselves as a lack of commitment from our spouse to our emotional needs or to the greater needs of the family. Interestingly, obviously, I think this is often it's a gender difference situation, which is why marriage is so hard, because for generations, the women have been kind of groomed to give and give and give. And I do think there's some natural biology there. And the husbands, though, have been, raised in a society that tells them, hey, if you're making a good living, if you're putting food on the table, you are doing an awesome job. And there is no doubt that husbands and men have continued to evolve to get more and more involved at home. But still, statistics show that women do the vast majority of everything having to do with the kids in the house, regardless of whether or not they are also working outside of the home. And so I know that this cycle of giving, working, running is literally depleting us. And when we perceive that as a lack of commitment from our spouse, when we feel as though our needs aren't being met, then it will very, very often, and I think most commonly, lead to divorce. I always joke, and it's not really a joke because I hear this all the time. Women will come to me and say, I'm doing everything already. And so actually having him in the house is aggravating me more, because when you have this expectation of help and you find that you're not getting it and you're disappointed over and over again, it's those unmet expectations that cause us to really get angry. So I always think too that I could save marriages if I got to couples, right at the beginning when they're contemplating getting married, if I was part of their pre-CANA or pre-marriage counseling program, to say, hey, you make sure no matter what, that your spouse feels emotionally supported in this marriage. Because if not, it is really becomes a long road. And I think your relationship will really suffer over time. So if you can relate to any of this, please know that you are not alone. It happened to me, and I hear it over and over and over again. So reach out to us if we can help you in any way whatsoever. We're here to guide you and help you evaluate your next steps.